Yeah.
Back. Did I miss anything fun?
You always miss fun shit.
Here. The Guardian. Wait. The Guardian for $5 a few minutes ago said that the parents already had power of attorney over the girl. She was forced to hand it over before the trial started. There was no way to stop.
Yeah. So power of attorney and guardianship are two totally different things. What do you want? What's up, buddy?
Read page 45 of the court document.
Where is it? Link it.
Fucking.
What, there's like 15 different cases. I mean, you got to link me what you're talking about, dude.
All right. And someone linked me that. It was just the thing that you were spreading around about the 12-year-old. That was the opposing lawyer. Page 45 is the actual doctor who says she was a high-functioning autistic woman who was very smart.
Wait, hold on. If he wants to, we can read that whole thing, Andy, because you're lying right now. I don't know if you're doing it intentionally or not.
Page
We can read the whole thing if you want. Yeah, sure.
Page 45. Read it out loud, bro.
Yeah. Link me the thing, and we'll go through the whole thing.
Yeah. Send me the link, Andy. I'll pop it up on the screen.
I don't even have to read it to know that you're wrong, because Andy, if you were wrong, the judge wouldn't have given a permanent guardianship.
Destiny.
Yeah, what's up?
Honestly, like this, like subject going over and over every time we talk, it just bores me. All right.
Oh, but calling me a pedophile and saying I love incest and that shit, that's not boring?
Yeah, but you posted pictures of 15-year-olds.
5 years ago, JF raped that girl last year and tried to put a baby in her. Dude. Are you serious right now?
She was 19 and she was high functioning, so fuck off.
High functioning? Then why did the court give a guardianship to the parents? 45. Why did the court give a guardianship to the parents?
45.
Let's hit up page 45.
So the courts are always right.
I'm so tired of this dumbass argument.
Wait. There's nobody in jail right now because the courts judged, people of being guilty. That doesn't happen. The courts are never wrong.
So because the court might have a chance of being wrong, or because the court is wrong sometime, we're going to throw out the verdict every time we don't agree with it?
Didn't you catch someone to kill themselves, by the way?
I'm saying in this case, isn't there a possibility that the courts might be wrong?
Sure, yeah, of course. I always acknowledge there's a possibility that the courts might be wrong. But JF
Andy, you gotta bring up that document.
But JF on his own has admitted enough to make it like really fucking creepy.
Wait, Andy, real quick. Andy, goddamn. Andy, get the link for that thing real quick. But why is it so personal with you and JF? I'm just wondering.
So the only thing that bothered me about this was that JF constantly brings this up on other platforms and will defend it. That's the thing that kind of like rubbed me the really wrong way about this. Personally, I still didn't care that much. Like, I'm never going to care enough about a person to dig into their past. It's just not usually what I do. Usually what happens is a fan will find something and post something, and then, if it's interesting, we'll read it. So somebody who is also...
whatever. I read page 45, and my thing is, you talk to him about it. I don't give a shit. I haven't been proven by you. That's it.
I don't care what is proof to you. I care about the verdict from the state of Texas, Andy. I don't give a fuck what you say.
I don't give a flying fuck.
I know about the law or what's right or moral or anything. That's fine. That's why I watched you sit around with a bunch of Nazis and laugh about how homosexuality should be made illegal.
So I didn't have any...
And inbreeding should be... No, you didn't oppose it at all. We can go watch the full video, dude.
Oh, wait. You mean an Ox show?
On the daily Nazi fucking show. Yeah, you just sat there and laughed along with it. You didn't oppose anything. You were like, oh, yeah, you guys bring up a lot of really good points. Like,
about oh my God.
Do you think being gay should be illegal? Like,
Let me fucking talk. Like, honestly, there's no... I don't give a shit. If you're going to keep talking over me...
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You. Jesus fucking Christ. On the first half, I was questioning them on a lot of their beliefs. The second half, I shut my mouth because they were being very racist about the Holocaust, and I could be fucking charged here in Canada, so I just shut my mouth and didn't talk for an hour straight.
So what do you think it looks like to a fan of yours when they see you
on a show? No, it looks bad. I know. And I told Mike that. I'm like, yo, dude, I was very uncomfortable. He goes, I'm so sorry about that. I'm like, all right, fair enough. That's it.
Oh, that wipes
it
all
the way. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to
fucking,
I didn't want to be part of that conversation.
Then why join it?
I thought it was going to be, which it was for the first bit of it, was going to be an interview about my recent debates. I didn't know he was going to bust out that shit.
You didn't know that on a podcast with people who are all advocates of like genocide and ethno states, that those people might be bringing up those topics?
What the show was about. Never knew what the show was about.
Well, I guess then to be
never knew it was called The Daily Show.
Sure. So to be less malicious, then I guess I would say you probably have some sort of responsibility to public conversation, and maybe in the future you should do your homework a little bit more, because it seems like you're winding up in a lot of these situations by happenstance lately.
I don't give a fuck, Destiny.
I know you don't, because you think you have no... See, this is the funny thing, because you'll say, I don't care, I don't have any responsibility to how the public perceives anything I do. But then when I post pictures of Tonka in his fucking circus outfit, you're sitting here like, oh, well, this is 100% your fault. Every single thing a fan does is going to be blamed on you, Destiny. Like, this is the worst thing.
You
like,
did it. You posted it. Do you have any fucking personal responsibility for what you click your fucking mouse on, you dumb fuck?
If you guys don't, then no, hell no. I ain't got nothing in this. I'm just back here watching it all unfold. Internet blood sports, my dude.
What do I have to answer for, Steve?
What do you mean?
What do I have to answer for? What did I click on that I should have to answer for? Tell me, Steve. What
I don't know what the point of that. I don't know what your question is.
You know what the point is.
I legit. Can somebody help me here?
What do I have to answer to you for, Steve? What do I need to answer for? What action have I made that I need to answer for?
I mean, you don't need to answer to me for anything. I'm not your dad or anything.
Quit bullshitting. You know what the question is.
Can somebody help me? He's going to do this for like 5 minutes, so somebody can't
really
translate it for me. Can somebody please?
Are you really this retarded? Is it that hard to get?
Is he trying to ask me like, what did he do wrong, or what is this? What
yes.
is he? Oh, okay. Oh, so I don't know. In terms of to me personally, like repeatedly insinuating or flat out calling me a pedophile or saying I have pedo tendencies.
No, stop. What did I say that you did that is not true?
The plan to hook up with a 15-year-old.
You planned to hook up with a girl that was 15.
Not really. I was chatting with a girl. I was chatting with a girl, found out she was a teen, and then stopped talking to her.
Did you or did you not have plans to hook up with her before?
Not really. No, I didn't make formal fucking plans.
Stop with the not really, you duplicitous shit. Yes or no? Did you ever make plans?
Nope.
Or after?
No, we never had. We didn't even talk that much, dude. And again,
you lied last time you were here.
So I don't care. Like when you sit here and throw out these things like you're trying to fuck 15-year-olds, like the obvious implication is that I'm trying to fuck teens all the time.
I don't care what the implication is.
Okay, that's cool. I know that you don't care. That's the whole point, because you don't think you have any responsibility to the public. I'm glad you admit it. Thank you. So we're on the same page. So I don't think I have any responsibility either. I don't care either, my dude. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, my dude. And I'm glad you don't either. So we're on the same page. We're on the same page.
What you have said
we're on the same page, dude. What's up, Andy? What's up, Andy?
Triggered by a pro wrestler.
Tonka trucks. Go back to the buckle, dude. What's up?
Shut the fuck up, you little.
You're talking about how I need to take some responsibility for who I talk to, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you should take some responsibility for posting pictures of 15-year-olds after knowing their age and going, "Oh man."
Yeah, sure, I did. I said it was dumb, and I said it was dumb, but it was a picture of her in a bikini. It wasn't a nude picture, but I said it was dumb, and I don't do it again. And it was 5 years ago.
It makes you look bad?
You did it, so what is there to answer for?
I don't know. I don't care. It was a picture of a chick we were talking about jailbait 5 years ago. I don't. You're the one bringing it up, dude, because it's the only thing you've got on me. It's the only thing you've got on me. Is sitting here harping on me about a chat log from 5 years ago. From 5 years, a little kid. He was like 16 years old, and he was preventing me from working.
Oh, fuck! I guess that justifies it. You can murder people if they're 16. You're so fucking pathetic, Steve.
Yeah, literally, being 16 was the only prerequisite to being murdered there. You got it, Tonka. You're so honest, dude. Oof.
Oh, you're so honest.
You're so honest, man.
You convinced someone to kill themselves.
I didn't convince anybody to kill themselves. What are you talking?
There's a whole video
cheated on your wife
talking about this.
You are a piece of shit.
You're just a bad. You
just want to pretend anyone is nearly as bad of a person as you. You're pathetic. You are the weak, Steve.
Then you go after everyone else like fucking moral fagging around.
I'm not moral fagging anything, dude. You have no idea what you're talking about any part of my life. And I can't even explain it because fucking Tonka trucks over here is going to be screaming over the entire fucking time.
I'll do what the fuck I want.
Holy shit.
I'll do what the fuck I want, little fella. I'll do what the fuck I want, especially now.
Yeah. What is that? Going offline for 35 minutes to go cry because some people are laughing at your fucking circus outfit?
Who went offline for 35 minutes?
Oh, no. People,
I don't care if your 14-year-old fans fucking laugh at me actually achieving things in my life. What are you talking about?
I'm going to have to sidebar for a second. Destiny, I have to ask, do you watch Jordan Peterson?
Unfortunately, I've seen a bit of his stuff, yeah. What about him?
Just curious. I honestly, that's it. That's it. You don't watch him regularly, though?
Not enough to have like a comprehensive opinion.
Hello?
Hey, Styx.
I thought he did really well in that Channel 4 interview, though. The lady that was interviewing him was...
He's a very smart man.
Camera found. How sad.
Oh, it Styx! Ah, you showed up when you got 5 other people here to side with you. That's hilarious. What's up, my conspiracy brother?
4. I'm not talking.
Okay, 4.
I won't talk either.
Testing.
I won't talk.
I don't know if anyone can hear me, but I have a microphone problem, so give me a moment.
We can hear you. Can you hear anything else?
What happened between him and Styx?
Somebody tweeted. Somebody tweeted. The classical liberal guy tweeted a video about Styx. It's apparently really old, and Styx concocted this entire conspiracy that I like coordinated the release of this video with this dude, and I'm like on a targeted harassment campaign against him or something.
Sounds like something you'd do.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, buddy.
Wonderful. No, I am. I'll back up on you on that one, but it's funny that you were alluding to the Olaris bullshit on your Twitter page, and then this happens.
What?
I find it quite funny.
People talk about you. What am I supposed to say? I don't know what's true or not. Unlike the people in this call, though, I don't care about gotchas. Yeah, that's why I tweeted at you when I asked.
ROTC can't tell what's true or what's not. Then they should shut the fuck up, dude.
All I did was I tweeted at you and I asked you what your point of view was. Like when I saw the video. That's it.
Oddly enough, I actually had more respect for you than probably a lot of other people here. And then I saw you supporting globalism. So then I'm like, nah.
What can I say? I'm a capitalist. I'm sorry if that bothers you.
That's not capitalism. That's corporatism, and you know it. That's disingenuous bullshit. Okay. Dude, that's disingenuous bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's capitalism 101. If you're in favor, I don't know, are you like pro-communist or Marxist, or what do you mean?
No, you want to fuck you with the false dichotomy. You want to enslave everybody to that interventionist bullshit.
Enslave everybody? Do you think that? Well, here I'm curious. Do you think that like all? Do you think all labor?
Collectivist.
Do you think all labor is collectivist? Do you think all labor is exploitive? Wait, do you think all labor is exploitive?
Yeah, if it's organized, yeah, it's a collectivist. It's not capitalistic.
Okay.
Capitalism is I have my own land. I'm going to do what I want, and I'm going to kill anybody that comes on my land and tries to fuck with me.
I thought capitalism was a form of economics.
Hey,
I don't know what what that is.
There's no capitalism in the Western world. Everyone pays property taxes. No, then they're paying rent to the government.
Oh,
that's a totally different issue.
So because you pay taxes, some form of capitalism can't exist? And you're calling me out on the false dichotomy?
It's not a false dichotomy.
Okay.
You could very easily have capitalism if you eliminated that.
Okay. I mean, I can't have a conversation with an anarcho-capitalist. I don't know what you want me to say.
I'm not an ANCAP. I'm an anarchist.
Oh, full-on anarchy. Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
No. Limited government. Okay. But I do believe that people should actually own the means of production as opposed to the government owning and renting it out to people, which is the case in about, I believe, 36 states out of 50.
Okay.
And most countries, you know. And by the way, I'll even give you a fair shake here. I'm not going to get into the destiny is perverted stuff because I know too well that people can take old screen caps and bullshit out of context. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Destiny admitted that he did it. That's the difference. He admitted it. Yeah. He admitted he did it, and he just thinks it's okay because it was a
When did I say it was okay, Tonka? Can you not hear?
Andy, dude, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because I don't know any better, because I'm not interested in the E-drama bullshit. But the thing is, like he's going to sit there saying, like, oh, Styx doesn't want to debate me. He's afraid. Bullshit, dude. I've debated Richard Spencer. He's 10 times smarter than you.
The only time you show up is when there are 4 or 5 other people.
I would crush you under my feet.
You're over here spouting some fucking anarchist bullshit, and then you only show up in a call where there are 4 other people here? Come on, dude. After blocking me on Twitter and concocting this entire grand conspiracy. You realize how many people are watching
this shit right now? There's like 1,000 people watching this.
Okay.
I'm willing to give you a pass, dude. I'm serious about that because I know what it's like. Dude, people are calling you a pervert.
I don't care, dude. They're calling
TJ a pervert.
They'll call me whatever the fuck they want. No, it doesn't matter. Your side of the political aisle will slander whatever the fuck they want.
I don't have a side. I'm myself.
Okay, my bad.
I'm telling you this. I will give you the benefit of the doubt. Be way, way beyond what everyone else will give you. I'll give TJ the same thing. I don't even like the dude. I think I like you more than TJ. Here's the thing, though. You go on there and you spout the woo, Styx is like weird sort of bullshit. What are you talking about, dude? we probably have some things in common. I think you're like what, a left libertarian, right?
Probably
kind
not.
of.
I'm very pro-capitalism. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Libertarian, probably not.
Yeah, that's fine.
Real quick,
well,
I gotta add something for the
Sticks.
I gotta add something for the chat here. People are asking if you're drunk.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at the moment. Not yet.
So the only thing that I tweeted that I was curious about, because I don't know anything about you and I don't have the time, no offense to you, I'm sure you feel the same about me, I don't have the time to go through your entire YouTube channel to figure out what your point of view is on everything. Somebody tweeted a pretty shitty looking video of you making some pretty dumb statements about Zyklon B, and I think I tweeted at you and I asked you what the explanation was, but I don't think I ever saw a response because I ended up getting blocked somewhat shortly after that, and I didn't have time to read a response from you.
You're not going to get a response on an almost 6-year-old video, dude. I'm sorry, but that's Jared Holt's bullshit. He can go fuck himself.
Okay.
So wait, may I ask one thing, Destiny? You were complaining that on the Spencer debate that I had no one opposing Spencer. Now that Styx is here, can you re-explain that to me?
It would have been interesting to see somebody that was like very far removed from him politically, rather than like kind of like talking about the nuances of like how would the implementation of your ethno-state look like. I think it would have been more interesting to see somebody engage with the philosophy side of it in a harder way.
That's what I did, dude.
I think it was pretty interesting. You know, it hit #1 in trending worldwide, so it's pretty interesting. You know.
Yeah, anytime you get a bunch of Nazis on a podcast, I'm sure it's interesting. I don't know what that's your measure of.
That's
your measure. That's your measure of whether or not it was successful as the viewership.
Are you fucking serious?
Who's the bunch of? Who's the bunch of?
I'm referring to Spencer, not Styx. I don't know. I don't think Styx is actually
or
Nazi.
Sargon.
I should be clear.
Or Kevin Logan.
Sargon is an idiot. I don't think Sargon should be brought into debate anything. I think I tuned out by that part because I lost.
So you confirm that there were more people than a bunch of Nazis.
Well, there was more people than just Spencer. I was just referring to your claim that because it was the #1 on trending for live streams, it was a successful debate.
It was. It was very successful.
Okay.
That was great, dude.
It was like the best. It was the most interesting thing on YouTube in a while, in my opinion.
Well,
it got me addicted to like going on Warski and Tonkasaw shows. No, but it wasn't just a Richard Spencer saying whatever the hell he wanted to and then Sargon like puttering off. Like I like Sargon, but as far as opposing ethno-nationalism, I think he holds more to emotion. I hold more to logic. I appeal to pragmatism, so I can maybe combat that more. But lately I've said, fuck it, I'm not even going to bother. Yeah, I'm willing. I'm going to talk more with Richard Spencer, Enoch, and all these people because I keep getting so mistreated by the left. Even when I fucking debate these people, I get called a Nazi. So fuck them. I'm not going to side with them. Fuck them. Bunch of commies. I'm not saying that you are, but I mean, you've alluded to the same thing. I'd literally at
like
this point,
be a reactionary. I mean, like that's what you're telling me.
No. I'd rather talk with people on the alt-right because they treat me fairly.
Sure, and that's good. I mean, that's the entire point of their.
They know that I disagree with them on many points, but at the same time, they're not going to sit there and call me weird names. But all the alt-leftists will. And like you're, left libertarian or whatever you are, you should know better, dude. I'm not going to sit here and crucify you.
Yeah, okay.
It's funny how Richard Spencer was more polite than Destiny has ever been to me.
Andy, first of all, I've been incredibly patient and insanely polite to you. Firstly, secondly, not after you jumped onto the JF train of calling me a pedophile. Then I stopped being polite to you. I'm sorry if that bothers you, Andy.
Fuck you. Yeah, so, I don't care.
Yeah, I know you don't. You don't care.
Destiny, my dude. Destiny, my dude. You alluded to the bullshit from Olaris to me. So
I just posted the video clip, and I was curious if it was true or not.
I was like, no, that was several days ago, and it wasn't a video clip. You know better.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it was on your page. Dude, I can see your page despite blocking you. Do you realize that, right?
No, I'm asking you legit. Dude, I tweet a lot. I'm asking you what you're talking about. What are you referring to in particular?
No, I'd have to go back and see it. Let me go to your page, see if it's still there. Or dig out an archive, because apparently that matters these days. Omni-destiny. Oh, yes. People should talk, by the way, while I'm doing this. It might take a minute.
Part of the whole point of messaging, the rebranding of like that extremist ideology, is to present yourself as personable and as friendly and as charming as possible. Like that's the whole point of the packaging of that type of extremist mentality.
But Bonnell, you support globalism. That's the most extreme ideology I've ever seen. You think people should be slaves to the globe, not even to a nation?
I'm not talking about the ideology itself. I'm just talking about messaging. That people in those extremist groups like Richard Spencer, the whole way that they try
He's not an extremist. Dude, Richard Spencer's not an extremist. He's sitting there saying, oh, yeah, you know, I'd let black people in. I don't care about Asian people. He's like going out to the point where people who are actual fascists call him a cuck.
Okay. I mean, if you don't think somebody that literally advocates for the approach of an ethno-state is not an extremist.
Ethno-statism is not, no, half of Africa is ethno-nationalistic.
There's a difference by happening to be an ethno-state versus being it by policy. Those are two totally different things.
I am well aware of that fact.
Then why compare them?
Because they have the same effect.
Okay.
Dude, it's the fact you're agreeing, you as a supposed libertarian or whatever you are agreeing with people like Jared Holt. I find that funny.
Wait, agreeing with what? Agreeing with what point? About globalism?
That Richard Spencer is like, my literal Hitler.
No,
I just don't. I think Paul on steroids is going to get power armor and kill all the black people.
I mean, I don't think he's going to do that. I just don't like people that advocate for ethno-states or approaching ethno-states.
Well, you know, I don't advocate for it either. I advocate for a civic state, but it has the end result that's the same, basically.
So,
and by the way, I'd say that extends to like a black ethno-state too. More power to them. Like Ghana should be black.
Sure.
South Africa should be black. So, absolutely.
I'm just curious, their culture. Just to understand, so you would say that advocating for an ethno-state is not necessarily an extremist position?
Nope. No, not if it doesn't include abuse. Look, if somebody wants to purge minorities here or elsewhere, I would absolutely oppose them. I would take up arms and fight against them. But if they're saying, hey, you know, we're not going to deport anybody, we don't give a fuck, but we want to have like a white or black or Asian or whatever state, that's fine in principle. It comes down to brass tacks and how it's implemented.
Okay. I mean, I disagree. I would consider anything advocating ethno-states to be pretty extremist, but that might just be a fundamental disagreement we have.
Only if you are post-90s. Like, if you remember the pre-90s era, like the late 80s, early 90s, you don't think it's extreme.
Well, I mean, I'm not in the early 90s or late 80s, so I guess.
How old are you? You're like in the mid-20s, right?
29.
Okay, so you're young. Yeah, you should know better, dude.
Wait, no, I don't remember advocating for ethno-states when I was a kid either.
That's because they were pre-existent. They were taken for granted. Every state was an ethno-state in the early 90s.
I'm pretty sure that, like, post-1965, we've been getting a lot more colored people in the country.
No, yeah, like 5% of the population. Wonderful. Half of those Mexicans are white too. This is one thing I'll actually oppose the alt-righters on. They seem to think that someone, by virtue of speaking Spanish, is non-white. Fuck that. They're not non-white just by virtue of that. There are plenty of white Mexicans, Argentinians, Chileans. Go down to those countries, see what they're like. I would stand with the left on those, but at the same time, you think that they're non-white too because you want to use them for, like, I guess, votes or something for your liberal platform.
Not really. I think the entire concept of white is, like, incredibly arbitrary and stupid.
That's bullshit. Of course there's white. There's white and there's everything else. Listen, any arbitrary group you can create is still real because people perceive it as real. White, black, you know, up and down, anything.
Sure. But when you have people that are half black or that are 25% Hispanic or are half Jewish and half Indian, like advocating for all white ethno-states, it seems like the definition of white is just pretty arbitrary. It kind of suits whatever purpose it needs to at the time.
It certainly can. And those people, they would be, you know, pushed around by others or by themselves. They might even decide on their own where they want to go. Someone's like, well, I'm a quarter black, I'm going to the black state or the white state. And by the way, if somebody is going to get killed,
the so-called
or forced out of their
dislikes
homeland,
globalism,
off of land that they own in a capitalist manner, I would absolutely oppose ethno-statism. Absolutely, I would take up arms against them. But if it is not abusive, and this is the biggest problem that I've had with people who are ethno-nationalists like Greg Johnson or Richard Spencer, If it's non-abusive, I don't have a problem. If they are, however, saying we're going to force somebody off their land and shoot at them if they don't go, that's the problem that I have.
Sure.
That's the
that
problem.
Seems to be, when you talk to people like Tara McCarthy, that seems to be the inevitability of what they're pointing towards.
Yes, I would side with Bernie Sanders before I would side with ethno-nationalism if it meant dissolving the U.S. in favor of a schismatic movement. But if you can do it in such a way that's non-abusive, I don't care. But I mean, here's the thing. Like, I think you have this weird conception that I'm way, way out there in alt-right land.
No, I don't know if you're alt-right. I don't know. I don't know enough about you to know.
I'm
That's
not.
why I asked
I'm
you
able
about
to talk to people on the alt-right, though, because I don't presume that they're butcherous. That's the point. You need to do the same thing. Look, dude,
I do. I can talk
to...
I've been in conversations with people that are alt-right. I mean, I can do it. It doesn't mean I'm going to sit here.
Like, you get into it with Warski and all these, and Medicare and all these other people. It's like, it's not a great idea.
Wait, what do you mean get into it?
And then you get into it, into it with me.
I get into it with Warski because Warski doesn't understand anything about responsibly platforming people, and he has no responsibility to his platform whatsoever.
He doesn't have, fuck that. Warski does not have a responsibility in any way, shape, or form. He can platform whoever he wants. It's not platforming, it's talking to them as a person.
Yeah.
He's not sitting there. He's not sitting there.
We're not going to agree. We're not going to agree on any of this because we have like fundamentally different views of reality. We're not going to agree on any of these points.
Destiny.
What?
I don't think like, how about if I said, I don't think the way you talk to people is very responsible. Like, would you care?
It depends on what you're talking about.
Like meaning you're an asshole to absolutely everyone. So your point is always with assholeness. So people hate you, making your points look bad. It's not really responsible for your point, is it?
We're talking about different types of responsibility there. Like the worst outcome of what...
But Destiny,
can I finish the sentence before 27 people interrupt? So the worst outcome...
I'm sorry. If you're not an ethno-nationalist and you watch my stream and you become one, well, maybe you had it in you all along.
Okay.
But Destiny, my man. Can
I respond to anything?
No. Listen, I'll give me 10 seconds. Don't you understand how responding that way on like Twitter or anywhere else makes you look weird?
Am I good to go yet, or does anybody else want to hop in? Tonka, you want to take a shot?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We're good. Okay. So the worst.
It's like I was going to say, but
yeah. So the worst outcome of me acting like an asshole, so I will accept responsibility for the way that I act, such that there are going to be people that, you know, I could walk up to a stranger in like a conference or whatever, like, hey, like, what do you think about Destiny Online? And go, oh, that dude, he's a huge
I get what you're saying. Don't explain it for 5 hours. My responsibility is more because the outcome could be worse. I get what you're trying to say.
Well, then why did you bring it up as an example that I would have to sit here and explain?
Because I don't give a fuck.
Okay, that's fine. If you don't care, that's fine. I do.
Good.
If you don't, that's fine. I think that I think that public figures.
A white nationalist after watching that one stream, or maybe you were a white nationalist the entire time.
What about people that are impressionable, that are on the fence, that are just fans of you?
Good. Whatever.
Okay.
Have a better argument then.
Cool.
Destiny, can I say something? If people are impressionable, don't you believe your worldview ultimately is like, you know, at least a little bit better than others? Because otherwise you wouldn't have it. Well, then why the fuck would you care if someone's impressionable? They're going to be drawn to the strongest argument, which will be yours.
That's not how people work at all, though. People are not beacons of rationality.
What every group says.
No, this is fundamentally not. This is scientifically not true. Nobody is a perfect beacon of rationality. That's why I appeal to anecdote, appeal to emotion.
Then who cares?
I care because I want to live in a world that's as good as I think it can be. And if I've got a public platform,
that's why I talked to Richard.
Real quick.
That's why I talked to Richard Spencer.
Hold on a second, Styx. Real quick, for anybody in the chat, don't fucking post Destiny's docs. You guys are fucking assholes.
I don't give a fuck, dude. That shit, it's out there, dude. Dox me all day. It's already posted. People on Kiwi Farms talk about that shit all the time. I don't give a fuck.
Everybody's a piece of shit like you, Steve.
Doxing is wrong. Doesn't matter
can I ask you something?
Do not dox. Do not.
Can I respond to anything?
Okay.
Just real quick. So I feel like, in my worldview, I think that if you have a public platform, I think that you are, to some extent, not to some extent, to a large extent, accountable to the things that you say. So if I have a public platform and I bring on a ton of, say, flat earthers, and all I do all day is bring on flat earthers, and I don't really ask them any questions, and they all come on and they talk about it, that at the end of the day, what I'm doing is I'm helping to grow the flat earth society. I'm helping to grow that sort of ideology. Now, I can, at the end of the day, be like, well, I don't have any responsibility. I don't care.
You're lying. You're a liar.
You don't have responsibility.
Okay, thank you. I almost got to finish. Oh my God, I almost got to finish a statement.
Standard, then you're helping to spread my thoughts by your own definition.
You do not have a responsibility to disprove anything on your platform. You talk to who you want. Look, 10 years ago, YouTube was like, hey, who do you want to talk to? Whoever the fuck you want. It wasn't like, hey, you've got a big audience, so you have to do something special.
I'm curious if you can do this. Do you agree that then, would you agree with this? You don't have a responsibility, but it will happen, that you bringing on these people will spread certain types of... Okay.
Absolutely not.
Then we don't live in the same reality.
Claims. Look, if someone's retarded, they're gonna cling to it. Maybe. If somebody's not retarded, they're never gonna believe it. So if you think that a view is retarded, then nobody's going to cling to it unless they're fucking retarded.
Okay, so right now, the country is split. So right now, the country is split like 50-50 Democrats and Republicans. Both sides can't be right.
That's false dichotomy, dude. Most people are libertarian.
Can I finish my thing? Okay, no. The political parties in the United States are approximately split 50-50. There might be, now that's not everybody that can't vote, that's not every single person. There might be libertarians that identify as Democrats and Republicans. There might be people that have Republican leanings that are in the Republican Party. Okay, can I cover all the bases? Okay, now on to my point. Since these are obviously diametrically opposed points of view, or at least I would say so, are you acknowledging then that there are a fuck ton of people in the United States that can't see reason, that are stuck in a political mindset that is wrong, even though...
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're called liberals.
Okay, so then how can you...
They can't get any worse than that.
Okay, so you acknowledge then that people can be swayed by emotional or irrational arguments, then why are you giving me this bullshit argument that if you have the best rational argument, people will be persuaded over to your side? How do you reconcile that?
Because the rational people will control the future, so I don't give a fuck what some retard thinks. I don't care what someone who's moron thinks.
Do you think...
Look, they're all going to vote for Democrats and Republicans and ram this country's ass into the ground. They've been doing it for 1,000 years. It doesn't matter what they think. They're going to be guided by other people who are more smart than they are.
Do you think that Trump...
I don't care.
Do you think that Trump is like a really smart person, or Obama or Bush, like any of the presidents?
Trump is extremely smart. He made billions of dollars. I would challenge you. I would love to have a debate with you over whether he's smart or not. I would love to have that, because I think you assume that he's a moron.
About everything related to politics? Yes, absolutely. He might know real estate.
That would be the greatest of debates.
Yeah, if you want to. We could actually, that could be our debate if you want to set it up. We can have a debate on whether or not we think that Trump is intelligent in matters of being the president of the United States.
And I'll just say he made billions of dollars, dude. So how do you reconcile that with someone being a moron unless they won the lottery?
I didn't know that making billions of dollars made you a good president or knowledgeable about being the president.
Oh, no. That's not the question. It's whether he's smart or not. You don't have to be smart to be the president. Gerald Ford was the president.
So the question was
Nixon,
whether
Barack
or not...
Obama, they're all morons.
Okay, so if you want to go back and watch the VOD, or I can repeat myself, the question was whether or not Trump was smart in regards to being the president of the United States. Not whether or not he can make money or knows real estate. I'm sure he must know real estate. He has to. He was born into it.
The job of the president is to make sure that the nation is prosperous and to get out of the way when things are prosperous in his absence. The president should not intervene if something is going well.
Okay, but the president's job isn't just the economy.
But Obama, no, dude, Obama knew well. He stepped out of the way of the fracking boom despite all the environmentalists up his ass. And I will give him credit for that. It was a 100% A+ for Obama on that. Same with Cuba. Obama would have loved to have shut them down. To have grandstanded.
Do you think the most important job of the president? Do you think the most important job of the president is the economy?
Absolutely. The economy and the military, but we shouldn't be at war with anyone.
The military. He is the commander-in-chief.
Yeah.
Do you think that
so far he hasn't declared war on anyone?
Not yet. Thankfully, you can't do that via Twitter. So I'm curious.
No, fucking Obama didn't declare war on Yemen, but he still killed tens of thousands of civilians.
Well, Trump hasn't stopped. Trump didn't declare war on Syria when he bombed that airport, and Trump didn't declare war on Yemen either, and he's continuing the drone strikes.
And I opposed it.
Sure.
But he pulled back on that. Obama never did.
Nope, he didn't.
Obama gave Hillary Clinton the right to go into Libya. You think he was the arbiter of that? It was Hillary Clinton all along.
Sure, possibly. I'm not going to defend Obama's foreign policy. I think it was atrocious. I probably agree. What?
Policy.
What?
That was more Clinton's foreign policy than Obama's.
Well, I mean, Obama has to take responsibility for it, right? Yeah. Hillary Clinton is his head of state, or Secretary of State.
I'll oppose Trump if he goes to war with anybody.
Sure. I mean, in the nomination process, and then based on some of his actions, he does seem like he has a proclivity for war-related shit. I don't know where that will go towards. But regardless, going back to the original question of whether or not Trump is an intelligent president, if we do this conversation or this debate on your channel, I would love for you to find a collection of clips. I've always challenged people to do this. Can you find me a video where Trump is speaking off the cuff, so not on a teleprompter, about any issue related to the country where he sounds like he really knows what he's talking about, where he sounds intelligent? If you could, I'm not gonna make you do this now, but in the future, if you could find me those, and you could even surprise me with them in the debate, and we can talk about them, I would be.
It won't be a surprise. I'll just collate all of the election footage because he sounds smart in all of them because he is smart. So we're doing so when he sounds retarded, he's actually being really smart. You do the 5D testing? Yes, he is. It's A/B testing. I predicted the election for a reason.
Okay.
Because he can play dumb all he wants sometimes and say, "Well, oh no, somebody leaked my shit." No, it's not a leak. You fucking commanded them to leak it out. It's A/B testing.
Gotcha.
He knows what he's doing.
If you have a conspiracy concocted so that Trump
is not a conspiracy.
Well, it is, because you're saying that if Trump sounds smart, he is smart, but if Trump sounds dumb, he's really being super smart. I mean,
don't use the term conspiracy. You know that that's poisoning the well. It's propaganda. No, it's simple politics. He needs to put it out there because he needs to see how people will react. It's not a conspiracy. It's just his strategy.
Okay.
And it's totally innocuous. Like, yes, it's a little bit underhanded, but he wants to see how people will react so that he can then pull back and say, hey, did more than 50% of the population like this idea? And if not, no, well, I'll change it.
Styx.
What?
May I just say one thing? Everyone who's ever gotten into it with Destiny, for longer than 1 or 2 debates, eventually he ends up putting like a tweet to smear you or something. So just be careful.
Well, it's already happened to me, so it's. I'm not even blaming.
Am I allowed to call that a conspiracy, or am I not? Is that
Destiny.
poisoning the well?
No, Destiny.
That's real stuff. That's real
Destiny.
Stuff.
My man, I'm not even going to blame you for that. Other people are responsible for that. I'm just saying that you reshared it.
Sure. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks.
It's all good. Look, I've been smeared so much up and down for several years that I'm so used to it. I don't even give a fuck at this point.
You've done it to Patty Politics is in the chat. Aiden Paladin.
What did I do to Patty Politics?
Me, JF.
Yeah, so like this is like the problem is that like fuck off, Andy. You dishonest little cunt. You guys come at me so fucking hard, and then when I bite back, you guys sit here and cry like little snowflakes. Grow the fuck up, dog.
Every time people have gone into with him, right?
Oh my god!
And he ends up getting back
sensitive,
and forth,
dude.
Getting angry.
You're so
he just ends up either making a smear or trying to like destroy you.
Andy.
Oh, and Tonka recently with posting his picture. Look at Steven's
poor
fucking
innocent
Tonka
picture
on Twitter.
Yeah, it's funny as fuck, dude. I love that picture. I'm gonna keep that for a long time.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Vice Admiral Irish Laddie sends his regards.
I wonder why you're so interested in a picture of me when I was young.
SOTR.
Low blowing. That's all you fucking do.
That's all I do. Yeah, what's up?
And Andy and Destiny, can I ask one thing? Andy, do you like coffee?
Yes.
Destiny, do you like coffee?
Fuck no.
Oh.
I'm a hot chocolate drinker.
I was going to do a togetherness sort of thing there, but I guess I failed.
He can have decaf.
That's okay. Yeah. No, I don't have a Destiny, dude. I don't have any problem with you on a personal level because I don't get into the E-drama stuff. It's just that it seemed rather strange that the Holocaust stuff came out right before we were supposed to debate before.
Sure, I mean, like, there's a lot of people. Sure, there's a lot of people that follow everything that I'm involved in now on like Lefty, because I'm like the debate champion or whatever the fuck of these people. I don't know if that's necessarily true or not. Maybe that's being a little narcissistic. But anytime I get into it with, I don't want to say you guys like you are politically aligned with them, but anytime I get into it with you guys like in the hangout, all of these people will come out and start posting shit from Rational Wiki or posting shit from wherever, and then I have to go through and figure out what's real or what's false.
Wait, Rational Wiki has smeared you?
No. I'm saying they post stuff from Rational Wiki about like you people. I don't know. I'm assuming. I know that Patricia chick probably talked to you, right?
I don't know which one.
Malma or whatever, but I'm sure
yeah.
she's posted. I don't know how much she's posted publicly about our conversations, but like I remember when I was talking to her, I think I asked something like, "Does he do like Holocaust denial shit?" And then I tried to post like a video link to see if it would work because it didn't, but I guess it was taken down from the Rational Wiki shit, and then I didn't know anything about it, so I had no idea.
That's because I do not deny the Holocaust, but the thing is, like, I'm not going to blame you on that one. That's Jared Holt's bullshit. He thinks that I'm like a total Nazi because I talked to Richard Spencer, but it's the same thing. Like you're saying, oh, rationalism on platforming people. I'm not responsible. I'll talk to whoever I want. I'm a YouTuber, dude. I'm not responsible for anyone's like voting patterns or their weird political bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I understand you don't have to hold yourself responsible for it, but you have to acknowledge the reality that you will influence them.
Of course it will, but that's not my problem. That's their problem.
Okay.
If somebody's influenced by my presence, that's fine by me. But they can't hold it over my head and say, well, because I'm influenced by you, you have to think X, Y, and Z. Look, I'm going to think what I want to. It's exactly the same bullshit that happened in the 80s with the Satanism crap.
I mean, I don't think it's unreasonable.
I wanted to say thank you to Tonka for having me on, but I got to bounce. But I did want to share one thought. I do believe that individuals, people watching, are capable of coming to their own conclusions themselves. Yeah. So I don't know. I just wanted to say that much. And thank you again for having me on, Tonka. You all have a good one.
Have a good one.
Yeah, I'm going to book it too. I have to go do some stuff. But thanks, Tonka.
Bye, my man.
Okay, Andy.
Peace out, guys.
Try not to advocate for an ethnostat on your way out, buddy.
Yeah,
don't piece of shit, Andy.
Stop posting pictures of children who are half naked, all right?
All right,
don't become the next Hitler.
You're fucking garbage, Andy. I hate that guy.
I'm still wondering.
Wait, you hate Andy? Why do you hate Andy?
God, you're
Canadian.
stupid, Steve.
This is the greatest.
Did you smoke a little bit before you came on here, Styx?
No, I haven't used weed in about 6 years.
Oh.
I've had a little bit of wine, but I'm not. I swear I'm not drunk. I'm just tipsy.
Okay, all right. That's fine. That's fine. You could be tipsy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Here, let me if I can go through some of the signs in the crowd.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah. What the fuck does JF have to do with posting Tonka's docs? Seriously, what the fuck? Nobody cares about that. Why did you post? Well, he already answered. He wanted to be a dick.
Everything is about personal responsibility until you talk about Steve.
Yeah, so like this is how my value system works. I've explained this a number of times. I know Tonka's not going to be able to follow along, but maybe the people in chat can. Basically, my whole value system is I do like reciprocated values. So, for instance, Styx hasn't said anything mean about me in here, okay? And I think I'm being fairly cordial to Styx.
Whether or not I said something true. You came onto my show last time.
So, are you done? Okay, so as long as somebody shows me like some base level of respect, I mean, I'll show that person a base level of respect. I'm never going to lay into a person. I'm never going to lay into a person for like how they look or anything like that, or bring up like weird personal attacks unless that person lays into me first. But if they're gonna do it to me, then I don't care at that point, you know?
You gotta let him finish his thoughts and then he can ream him.
Yes or no, Steve? Did you or did you not do the?
I don't do what you're implying I do in your tweets, buddy. I don't know if you're too dumb to catch the implications. Maybe in your circus training they didn't teach you that.
A 15-year-old girl in your chat knowing she was 15. Yes or no, Steve? Can you answer yes or no?
Yeah, but it wasn't a nude. We didn't fuck her.
Okay,
nobody did anything illegal. Nobody did anything fucked up.
Not what anybody said. Nobody said that.
Oh, because it sounded like you were kind of making implications that I tried to hook up with 15. Anyway.
Did you or did you not plan a murder on your fucking thing, on your little show?
The only person I murdered was you this morning on Twitter, dog.
You haven't murdered anyone.
Dude, Steve.
22. Did you see the body comparison of me?
Oh man,
Did you see what it looks like when you get past like?
You might be the only person that's smaller than me that I've ever seen in my life. I didn't know it was possible. I didn't know it was possible to be that skinny and still not be able to see your abs. That's insane, dude. You must be in some crazy workout program.
What are you talking about?
Wait, so can I ask something that's pertinent? How tall is everybody here actually?
Oh, when I say small, I'm talking about like body, like muscular. I'm short. I'm 5'8". I'm pretty short.
I am way bigger than you, Steve. I'm way bigger than you muscular-wise as well, and it's demonstrated.
You look pretty small. You look pretty small in that picture, my dude.
Yeah, when I'm a kid, you fucking idiot.
When you're a kid? You're in your 20s.
No, he's in his 30s.
Oh, wait. So now being in your 20s is a kid, but the 19-year-old retarded girl that JF abducted and raped, that wasn't a kid?
Destiny.
Oh, come on.
Destiny.
Don't go after JF for that.
Destiny.
Obviously debunked bullshit.
Destiny.
Dude, seriously.
Destiny, real quick, you want to talk about, like, you know, no, you're taking me out of context. That was 5 years ago. Tonk is in his 30s right now. Those are pictures from his 20s.
Destiny, dude. Sure. JF's not involved with this. This is a chat with other people.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. There is a much better picture, much more recent. Me and you, side by side. You really want to die on that hill that you're bigger than me? Are you fucking high?
Well, if you gave me your address, would it be in North Carolina or South Carolina?
I don't live in either now, you idiot. I have money. I moved.
I'm in Vermont. If anyone wants to come, I'm so lonely.
The great state of Vermont, the home of Bernie Sanders. Hell yeah.
Oh, fuck
my
Bernie
dude,
Sanders.
My communist friend.
Back on subject.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, you did the first thing. Did you say that you were going to murder?
I did.
A child.
You got me, Tonk. Or you got me, dude. I did it. Don't tell the FBI, please, God. What's up?
Destiny, I'm in Miami. I'll buy you a croquette.
Tell me what I've said about you that is not true.
I was just in Miami a couple weeks ago.
Tell me what I said about you that is not true. That you didn't say yourself on my fucking show.
I did it, dude. I admit it, dude. I'm asking you not to tell everybody. Don't let it get out. Tonka, I'm asking you.
You told everybody on my show.
Bro to bro, I'm asking you. Please stop bringing it up. It makes me nervous.
Every time. Everybody on my show, you fucking idiot.
Tonka, please. Have
everybody on my show, you fucking
have
idiot.
Some humanity, please. Don't do this to me, Tonka.
No, you fucking moron.
Tonka, please.
Why are you so mad at
Tonka, I'm so mad right now. That's why I'm asking you to let it go, dude. I'm seething with rage. Can you hear it?
You know what the best thing is? The best thing is it's like the greatest show on all of the internet at the moment.
We do have a good show.
It's so great.
We have a good show. We don't sit around on a fucking
at least it's not
trying to explain why we're right like Steve
does. Not like it's not like Pac-Man's bullshit.
Oh, hey, I had an interview with Pac-Man. I like that dude. He's a cool guy.
Yeah,
fellow
but
liberal.
He's boring compared to this, dude.
Well, I mean, talking policy and politics is often boring compared to the E-drama shit that Tonka likes to get involved in.
I know, it's great. Let's pound each other, and then we can talk about politics.
You're the one who created it. You want to create it, and then you get fucking mad. You
created you? Did I make you, Tonka?
We all know you.
Am I making you popular right now? Are you okay, Tonka? Calm down there, dude.
No, I'm good, Steve.
Okay.
I'm good.
No wonder you were so fierce in the ring.
You'll know when I'm mad. I've already told you. You'll know.
Oh, is that when you're screaming that you're gonna ring me and face fuck me with your fist?
No. See, most of that was. Yeah.
Oh, you were just acting.
You're actually talking to me today.
Oh,
you're actually talking to me.
I can't tell because you always seem to have the same persona of guy that pretends to not know anything about anything. So it's hard to tell when you're joking or not.
Okay, well, yes or no? Did you do the things that I said you did?
I did them all and more, Tonka. Stop digging, please.
Oh, I'm sure you did. I'm not digging. You're the one who keeps. You come on the shows and say you did this shit.
Okay. I just don't. I don't want to bring it up anymore, dude.
Because you look like an idiot.
I know. That's why I just don't want to talk about it anymore. It's too much.
Obviously.
It's too much for me, Tonka.
I obviously.
Tonka, please. Please stop, Tonka.
How long are you gonna have Tonka's face as your avatar?
I don't know.
Hopefully
if it
forever.
really bothers him, I could change it. If it's actually bothering you that much.
No, keep it up forever, dude. I want that to be your fucking profile picture forever, just so everybody knows how much I mean to you.
Oh well, thanks.
Why is my face not on there?
I don't know, because I don't hate you. You haven't given me a good reason to hate you yet.
Wait, why do you hate Tonka?
I'll have to improve upon that.
Why do I hate Tonka? Because he publicly calls me a fucking pedophile and shit all the time. It's annoying.
I said you did the things that you did.
I just said yeah.
No, oh, does that bother you?
No, of course
Does
not.
it bother you that much? Are you that bothered?
It bothers me so much, Tonka.
Obviously. That's why you got to picture my good hair as your profile picture.
That's your good hair?
Oh, that's good fucking hair, son.
Okay.
Press 1 in the chat if Tonka got that good hair. Throw the ones in the chat if you've seen the hair. Oh, I got some pretty motherfucking hair.
Oh, do you still go to live events? Because I really want to see how tall you are.
I'm 5'8". There are pictures of me everywhere. I go all over the place. Like, there's not much to hide. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't hide.
There is conspiracy that you may be about 5'3", 5'4".
How can...
Even at 5'8", I'd still tower above you.
You do look like a slight of a man. I'm just saying. And okay. I'm talking shit. I'm a big fucker. You can make fun of me all you want, but I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of ones.
I mean, I mean, there are pictures of me standing next to people that are my height. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I don't know why it's...
So that other one with you with a fan or something that's like 6 feet tall and towering over you is, I assume, fake or shooped?
Yeah, most of them are.
Okay.
So like here's
the video's fake.
So here's a picture, and I don't even know why I'm arguing. So I don't even really care.
No, it was a pic as far as
yeah. So here's a picture that I posted. Right, you see this picture?
Just a sec. No, I don't see it. Oh yeah, just a sec.
Side chat.
I'll open it. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so that girl that I'm standing next to is 5'9". She was the Miss Dominican Republic. I don't know why they wrote 5'3", but yeah, so I mean, like...
Wow,
yeah,
16 whole months ago.
Yeah.
Good old Nigel.
Did you screw that woman?
What? No, for what? How is this relevant to anything? No. What?
Why not?
Because that would be... Even if I did, we're not talking about that. That's rude as fuck. What the fuck?
No. Why didn't you put your Destiny seed?
Well, oh wow!
I got her ID and she was over 18, so I just wasn't interested. You know, apparently I only go for the.
What?
Oh boy!
You know how it goes, man. Are we still live? Oh shit! Tonka, please don't. Tonka, please don't record that clip. Tonka, please delete the VOD.
That was the greatest. Jesus.
All right, let me go back to
Tonka's busy little guy.
Part. The Roman Savage. I spent over 4 hours imitating JF on King Carl's show, talking about fucking autistic girls. I think Destiny's political opinion is shit. Crimson Satire says, my experience dealing with my disabled sister is most social workers refuse to take the time and just assume she's incapable of understanding. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, people will side with JF no matter what. So I can give you a million reasons why. Like, I had a friend and they had a lawyer, and that lawyer didn't care at all about her when they were seeking guardianship. Or I had a friend and his dad was a real high-powered, like, big shot business guy, and he knew all the lawyers. So he was like, I can make a million stories up to like back it up. I mean, there's no point in doing conjecture.
Why does everyone keep bringing up JF? He's not even here.
I know. Well, that's all the Destiny can do. Styx earlier.
What? He asked me the question. What do you want me to say?
Let him.
No, wait. No.
Hold on. He earlier made the statement that he is bigger than me. Yeah. Styx, can you direct your eyes to the screen? This.
Whoa! I never said I was bigger than you. I said you might be smaller than me. I said you might be smaller than me, dude, because you're small as fuck.
No, I'm most definitely not.
The difference between me and you is I don't walk around the internet all day saying I'm gonna face fuck people.
You tell me, Styx, with your eyes.
Yeah.
Who's bigger?
You can't even see yourself in that picture, dude.
No, I can't see anything if people are talking bigger between what and what. You gotta post something.
All right.
Hold on.
Well, it's click on my square in the Hangout real quick.
Okay.
This is a picture of Destiny and his arms and that toned physique. Got pink lines on your stomach where you stay punched over. And then there's me.
Okay.
Am I smaller? Am I smaller, or is Destiny a liar again about everything?
You seem so mad, Tonka. Oh.
It's impossible to tell because they're not in the same frame.
Well, all right. I am 6'2".
Yeah. Well, I'm 6.
Look at his arm. Look at my arm.
I say you guys get together a year from now when you get enough training in you.
Yeah, to be fair, in that picture, I'm holding the razor. I'm not flexing either, so I got a lot of bicep hidden underneath there, you know?
I'm not flexing either.
On that one, I'm 6'2" as well, but I mean, I'm not the most muscular man that's in the world. And I don't have any problem with admitting that. I'm not exactly.
Oh, I'm very muscular.
I'm trying to say that I'm not.
I curl 135. Okay, I'm fucking jacked as fuck when it comes to arms. Okay.
I'm just curious as to why you feel like, let me do. Oh, I'm bigger than you. You're not bigger than anybody.
No, the funny thing is that you're in here acting like you're some shredded tough guy when you're not. That was the funny part.
I'll tell you the funny thing is, yeah, like when modern dudes like they're like, oh, I'm shredded or jacked or something. It's like, just get a gun, dude.
Hey, that's what I got. My gun. I got my Glock 17.
You got your gun.
Wait, what do you shoot? What do you shoot, Styx?
Huh?
What do you have?
I don't tell anyone what my firearm is.
Oh,
I know better. No, if someone shows up at my house, I want them to find out firsthand.
Well, damn. Okay, never mind. Yeah, no, I agree.
I've got a sword,
The whole height and all that obsession thing is really dumb. But I mean, like 95% of your guys' insults against me are calling me a manlet, even though it seems like a lot of you.
All you can do is post pictures of me when I'm 20.
I mean, I'm not like digging around for pictures of you. The difference between me and you is that my face is on the internet every single day, and you hide behind a cartoon while you personally insult me. That's the difference between me and you. You understand that, right?
Insult you, or do I state the things that you state?
Oh, you just state the things you say. Yeah.
Yes or no? Is that what I do?
Keep hiding behind it, dude. Keep hiding behind it.
In
that case, at least don't say that I dox you. I'm not doxing anything. I'm just posting publicly available information. It's just stuff on the IMDb page. Yes or no, Tonka Trucks? Yes or no, Tonka Trucks? Am I just posting stuff on the IMDb page?
I asked you a simple question.
I asked you a simple question, Tonka Trucks.
Are you that
By the way, the thing on the IMDb page, IMDb has turned into like Wikipedia. Anybody could put anything there.
Oh, God.
So somebody found his name.
Oh, that's going to be a real problem.
Uh-oh.
They put it on there yesterday. That's actually on the Google Cache. It's all been, everything's been kept up with on that end.
That's how rational.
This is getting figured out. Don't worry.
Oh, shit. Are you going to... Tonka, please stop. I'm sorry. Tonka. Let's take it to DMs, dude. I don't want you to go any deeper in this.
Steve, you're gonna get sorry.
I'm gonna put it out there, Steve. You want to fight in real life?
No, I get my ass kicked. What the fuck? I'm not challenging anyone to a real life fight.
Wait. Here's the one thing I'll say is that Destiny is better than the Bronx blogger. He'll just say straight out, no, I don't want to fight.
I'll challenge Destiny something different. We'll drink each other under the table.
I'd probably lose that shit
physical,
too, dude.
No physical combat. We'll just take shots, and we'll see who's still standing.
Sure, we can try it sometime.
I guarantee I'll win.
Probably. I don't drink very much.
Yeah, I drink
makes me want
too
to
much.
Do it, but...
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of things that fucking Destiny can beat me on. Limbo contest, fucking all day
there you go, dude. I don't even have to bend my knees.
The funny part is this is like the greatest fun that I've had in a long time.
Yeah. Gabriel Montreal says JF loves fucking autistic people. That's why he keeps coming for your ass, Destiny. Jesus.
This is supposedly the guy that tweeted that he added to the wiki. I don't know if he did or not. I don't know anybody who he is, but this is supposedly the guy that was making the edits on the IMDb database. This guy also, apparently, we were looking through this a long time ago, apparently like every single episode of Warski Live is put there too, where somebody writes like a description for every episode. Holy shit, this guy is like a hardcore fan of you guys.
You people are fucking autistic. I saw that the other day. Fucking IMDb. The fucking failure accomplished has a fucking IMDb now. I shouldn't fucking have a... Like, here's the sad thing. I've actually been on fucking film and shows, and I don't have a fucking IMDb credit. Meanwhile, my fucking character online. Yeah. All right, let me see. Everyone is wrong except for Destiny, Image's Story. Spaz Cow says, can you bring JF in here? No, fucking why JF? I don't know.
That'd be funny.
I don't know. Well, I think you've talked to JF before plenty of times, no, Destiny?
Yeah, he's actually the guy that got me more into studying philosophy. I had a long time ago. Sorry, go
on. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I'm gonna read that study that you were talking about. But I wanted to ask you, what do you think about illegal immigrants taking money that they earn here and throwing it back to other countries and that hurting the economy?
The problem is that like all of those economic transactions are very complicated. So firstly, I'm against illegal immigration just because it's bad to have it's bad for people to be here illegally. Even if they have positive impacts on the economy, it would be better. So I'd be like a pro-amnesty type of person because you want to be able to track people, you want to be able to tax people correctly, unless you're Styx, in which case nobody should be taxed. But so like I would want to bring them in under our current system so that it's easier to track them and do everything else that you would do with a normal citizen. Insofar as sending money back to other countries, there's a name for this type of payment. I don't remember what it's called. Remittances, that's it, yeah. I would have to track the impact. I don't know. So like, for instance, like here's an example of I don't know if this would count as remittance, but like here's an example of how currency exchange is very complicated. We spend a lot of money in China. We have a massive trade deficit where we send more money to China than they send to us for goods. Now, that seems like a bad thing, maybe, right? Well, all the money is leaving the United States and going to China. We're becoming poor as a country, right? Well, what happens is China sits on a bunch of USD that it can't really use. So what it does is it brings that USD back to the United States in the form of investments into businesses and real estate. So you see this kind of two-way two-way transaction work in a way that benefits both sides, right? This is why people say economics isn't a zero-sum game. That's a really complicated roundabout way of saying that, like, I don't know what the impact is of illegals taking USD from the United States and sending it to other countries. I don't know how that ultimately impacts us economically. If it's a negative thing, I would be against it, most likely. If it's a positive thing, then I wouldn't care. Sorry.
It impacts us negatively in the sense that it robs jobs from lower level Americans. Look, but you were on Twitter, you were praising globalism. You're like, oh, fuck these nationalists, like globalism for the win.
The idea that immigration steals jobs from natives is just something that's not supported by any data at all. I can't.
I know. Well, yeah, it steals lower level jobs that are going to be eliminated by automation. So why the fuck would you want foreigners in the country?
Yeah. It's enough of an impact that recently, I forget what country it was. I think it may have been Venezuela. Trump recently didn't approve the renewal of a program which is going to force people that were here under some I forget what the name of the thing was, but it was basically your country is fucked up. You get to stay here not as a citizen, but we won't kick you out.
Sure.
That is running up. So now they're being forced. You got to get the fuck out of here. And those countries are worried because, like Venezuela, for example, its economy, like a good 20% of it depends on U.S. currency being sent directly from, like, not even goods. I'm talking about somebody that is here.
No, remittances.
Working.
Yeah, I actually during my debate with Fuentes, I actually have data on this. There are actually quite a few countries, or not quite a few, but there are some countries that make a lot of money off of remittances. Here you go. In 2003, so this is a little bit dated, but in 2003, remittances in Jamaica represented nearly 18% of its gross national product. Remittances in Guyana accounted for, or Guyana, I can't pronounce this shit, accounted for 8.1% of their gross national product, 5.3% in Grenada, and 4.5% in Barbados. Yeah, that's a huge amount of money. Yeah.
And it shouldn't work that way because it hurts other countries and it hurts us too. People should be on an even keel. It should be about goods.
Well, but the thing about economics,
not about some currency manipulation bullshit that some globalists can manipulate.
Well, but currency is part of your economy. This is why having control of your currency is so important. This is why we have centralized banking.
But I mean, like, literally speaking, imperialistically, the U.S. dollar is backed by a bunch of aircraft carriers. I don't want to see other people fucked over and robbed of their goods any more than I want to see people here robbed of their goods. Because somebody else came in, took a low-wage job that could have gone to someone with a substandard education from some, bumpkin area.
Yeah. So the problem is,
I want them to be able to at least get their working-class job, at least be able to have like a trailer or a decent apartment.
This analysis is too primitive, though. You're stopping.
It's not primitive.
Well, it is, because you're stopping at only the first impacted person. You're saying that if an immigrant comes here and takes a job, that whoever doesn't get that job is negatively impacted.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Well, okay,
what I'm saying is that there are too many individuals.
Yeah, but that just doesn't seem to be supported by the data. I just don't see that supported by any data anywhere.
You can't grow infinitely unless you have infinite land, and we don't.
We're nowhere near consuming all of our land.
You don't even like Trump. Trump's trying to free up federal land to make the sort of workers' utopia thing that you want actually capable of working in the future.
Wait, we're not close to running out of land anywhere.
I know, but we're running out of land that's capable of being developed unless you subdivide it further.
I've never heard that as being an issue before anywhere.
It's an issue. We've got almost 400 million people within the United States. How much land do you think is capable of being developed?
The population density of the United States is quite small. We're very heavily clustered.
No, it's quite high compared to some parts of the world. You're just
compared to Scandinavia? I mean, like, what do you mean?
Fuck Scandinavia. Why would I want to compare it to Europe? Europe's the most densely populated of all. It's like saying, we're less populated than Bangladesh.
I don't like to agree with Destiny because pieces of shit move that you did to Tonka, but most of the country there is a lot of spaces just getting material goods there, getting water,
and I want to see it stay that way. It should stay that way. If we're capable of being the #1 economy while having so much extra space, why don't we take like 10% of that land, develop it, take the rest, permanently put it off the table and say, we're going to have nature, we're going to have trees, we're going to have forests, we're going to have deserts. Yeah, and the rest of the world can marvel at our capability of being the #1 power while still having these things.
Sure, but that's a
suffer.
False dilemma. Like, we can do that if what you're saying is good, which I'm not sure, I haven't researched any of that. What you're saying is good. We can do that while also still accepting immigrants to continue to grow our resources.
No, you're not forever. Maybe temporarily, but you set a precedent. Eventually, you get so over-concentrated, you can't take any more. And then people will call you a bigot for not wanting to take any more, like they are now.
I would have to, unfortunately... Oh, sorry, go on.
No, you go ahead first, and then I'll ask the question.
Oh, shit, okay. I was going to say... I was just going to say, if the data backs that, I would be against it, if that was true. If immigration was starting to hurt native workers or was starting to have a negative impact on the economy, I would probably change my stance on it. Most likely, I would change my stance.
It already is.
I would love to see the data on that.
Real quick, Styx. Yeah. This actually... Coach Red Pill brings up Tom about the foreign workers that affect high-end worker jobs, too. That's why Silicon Valley lobbies so hard for H-1B visas for engineers. Yeah, like didn't a bunch of like Disney employees get laid off and get replaced by people that are pretty much like interns?
Well, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, so again, like, I argue in favor of capitalism. If there are people that, when people talk about immigration, they're oftentimes very, very pro-protectionism or some other much more authoritarian economic system. I mean, if a company is drafting employees that are incapable of doing the work that they're being drafted for or recruited for, then theoretically the market should dictate that company will experience some level of failure, right? So like if you're bringing in... Or sorry, go ahead.
Here's the problem with those companies is that those companies are bringing in people that they could get cheaper. It's not that the workers that were there are unable to do the job. It's just that they know that they could fucking fuck over these people that have to do the job, because if you don't do the job, then you're getting sent back to your country.
But again, we're only looking at one part of the transaction. You say they're getting people that are cheaper, therefore some people are getting laid off, but you can follow that impact throughout the economy. So for instance, the people that own the business are going to be making more money. Ideally, the customers that are buying from that business are going to be saving money on products, so you see an increase in the standard of living. You might see more investment in a particular area because labor is cheaper, so the margins grow. I mean, like, there's a ton of other impacts rather than just one person lost a job or somebody is getting paid less. Now, I'm not saying that I mean, the person that loses the job is going to feel fucked, of course. Look at the entire manufacturing sector in the United States, all across the Rust Belt, especially in places like, Detroit. So I mean, of course, there are going to be people that disproportionately feel this impact, but the idea that, like, because somebody comes and takes a job, that's inherently evil, that's just not borne out in the data. Like, you don't see people push for that buy American stuff, buy American. If people want to spend more for American products, they always have the option to, but consumers don't make those choices. And I personally don't believe we should force them to make those choices.
We're gonna hit a demographic crisis regardless, but here's the
wait, what do you mean by demographic crisis?
Maximized efficiency by virtue of population density.
Okay, I would have to see this again. I have to see
it will
happen.
It's not yet, but in the future.
Okay.
But the problem is this: you've got people already within this country who are native citizens. They're legally entitled to certain benefits. They're being displaced by people who are foreign. It's not so much that you say, well, I hate foreign people, I hate these black people, or I hate these Hispanics. It has nothing to do with that. That may be like the further rights explanation. For somebody like me, it's saying, hey, somebody here in the United States who's already a citizen is being displaced.
But that's not borne out in the data. There's just no data to support that.
It is. Look, I see. Look, it's not about data. Fuck the statistics. I can look at the Walmart Plaza here in Rutland. I can drive 10 minutes down there and see a bunch of homeless people hanging out. Where are their jobs? Where, are they bad people because
I mean, I never said they're bad people. Unemployment in the United States is probably lower than it even should be. Now, there's an underemployment problem, which is a separate issue we can talk about.
That's crazy talk, dude.
What do you mean?
It should be 0%.
No,
there shouldn't be any unemployment. Everyone should be able to find some sort of
you can't have 0%
job.
Unemployment. There's always going to be some level of frictional unemployment because it's basic economic theory. Nobody would say that you need 0% unemployment.
Fuck economic theory. Fuck the economists. Look, Krugman thought that the economy would collapse when Trump got elected. They obviously don't know what they're talking about.
Krugman wrote some really dumb shit.
Why should there be unemployment?
Sticks. I've played SimCity before. It's really hard to get that unemployment down to zero.
Of course.
Once it falls below 5%, you can see like negative things happening in the economy, where the cost of labor is starting to get out of control. Like from what I remember learning, and it could have changed, I think you normally want to see that frictional unemployment stay around like 5 to 5.5%. 0% unemployment would probably have negative impact.
Then let's take care of that 5% instead of worrying about immigrants.
We can do both. It doesn't have to be a false dilemma.
It is a false dilemma.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We don't have enough money.
We have plenty of money. We can print our own money. We got all the money we want.
Not if we want to prop up the U.S. dollar with aircraft carriers.
That's the dumbest economic statement I've ever heard in my life.
Quantitative easing and the entire existence of central banking is a dumb idea to you? Please, PhD in economics, tell us why central banking is so bad.
We've got to be able to defend the U.S. dollar's value via aircraft carrier.
We defend it via our alliances. We defend it via our economic prosperity. The existence of our country is a defense of the USD, of course, just like the existence of the EU is a defense of the euro.
When leftists say...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sticks, 1 second.
Okay.
Talking about economics, I'm a broke fuck, so I got to read some of these signs. Let's see. Worst I might ever for $2 says, dude, Tonka, if it was me, I'd be in the car already. Let's see. Orange 91 says, let's not forget why the motherfucker is in the situation. He lost the debate to JF and tried to smear him. This is his MO. As he's talking about Youth Destiny. Gabriel says, wait, Destiny have friends? Do you have friends, Destiny?
Not very many. I keep to myself. I'm a loner. I'm like Batman. Because if I had friends, people like Tonka would take them out. So I gotta operate alone in the night. Under cover of darkness. Sinatra says for $5 says all these people advocate for censorship till it's used on them. It's hilarious they want it used on Andy, but when it's used on them, it's wrong. The Outlaw says, happy birthday, King Carl. Kumite salutes you. It is King Carl's birthday. Happy birthday, Carl. Break Off Animation says more like Des Tiny. Am I right? Oh, shit, I got it. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Wait, did he actually put tiny
run,
in caps at the end? I've never actually seen that one before. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, original.
It's common.
Worst that might ever says, why is this little faggot on here talking dumb shit about if we should be raping him to death and dragging his tiny corpse? I don't.
Damn.
Jesus.
Going savage. You mean my desk tiny corpse, right?
Yeah. Worst that might ever again. I'm thinking in tribute to failure, we should give Destiny a Cuban necktie. Well, you are also Cuban, so that would be. How Cuban are you?
50%. My mom's side is Gonzales. That whole side of my family is Cuban.
Okay. Sherman says, Fred and my 16-year-old and watch what happens, you fucking dwarf. Did you feel bad for saying that shit about, going after that kid or
the kid that DDoSed me? No, dude, that guy was destroying my fucking life. He was old enough to know not to, and he wouldn't stop, and his dad wouldn't stop him.
Life because you can't play video games.
Because I can't work a job, Tonka. Do you know what that's like? You used to be a circus performer. You should have a little bit of empathy, dude.
Have you ever done any physical exertion in your entire life?
Yeah, I have, sure.
I see those folds on your stomach. You have pink folds.
That's because I sit at my job all day now, dude. I just sit here and fucking do whatever.
You have raw pink folds on your stomach.
Oh, you sound real mad, dude.
Anderson Paladin says, gas the manlet for 5 Canadian funny money. Black
waste.
Says Tonka saying save the gas, just drag him down the street, I guess. I don't know. Black D Dragon says Destiny, don't tell Andy how he should do his work.
Look, Sticks, when these guys are making all these gas jokes, I was really tempted to make a Zyklon B joke, but I didn't say anything out of respect for you. Are you proud of me?
Because you're shitty.
Yeah, I'm very, very proud.
All right, thank you.
Anderson Paladin says best stream. Crackbot says Styx is hammered. Yeah, you sound a little bit more than tipsy.
No, I'm actually just tipsy, believe it or not.
No.
Just tipsy.
It's been some days since I had any significant amount of alcohol, so I can't help it.
Well, I'll drink for you, all right, buddy?
Yeah.
Oscar Francois says, whose hair would win in a fight, Tonka or Styx? Tonka has some good hair. Are you going to shit on Tonka's hair now, Destiny?
No, Tonka's hair is actually pretty cool.
Oh, my hair's very cool. Bitches love it. I guess that's why you like it so much. It made it your profile picture.
You got me, dude. It's actually that open gatchy guy's mouth you got screaming there.
Definitely got you.
That's actually, it's the facial expression that sold me there. But I like I do like the hair. It's good. took care of it. I can tell.
Definitely got you.
Problematic programmer says Destiny is a pedo. I look.
Make sure you didn't misread it to say Tonka said that, because Tonka didn't say that.
Oof.
Tonka says exactly what you said.
Yikes.
Ocean Redux says failure. Take a shot. Everyone take a shot.
Okay, just as a warning, I have to leave for good in 5 minutes. Just letting you know, so I'm not ducking out or whatever.
Forever? You're gonna end yourself?
Right. Not forever. I'll think about it, Tonka, just for you.
Here, I'll let Coach take the floor real quick because he wanted to.
Oh fuck, Coach! Before we start, I was getting so many DMs recently over the past shit that's been going on, and I remember that you DM'd me to set something up, and I ended up not responding to. I want to apologize for that, buddy.
Is Coach Red Pills on now?
Yeah. Hi, Styx. How's it going?
Hey man, what's up?
I'm doing pretty good. And yourself?
Nice. Not bad.
How's Vermont weather?
Better with wine.
And Destiny, forget about it. No, totally understandable, and thank you very much. It's very appreciated, your kind words.
Well, thanks, buddy.
I'm a little bit out of it. I'm drinking something alcohol-based too, some cold medicine. I'm not in the best of shape.
Yeah.
So.
Get some ibuprofen and a lot of wine, and you'll feel so much better, dude. And then get some chamomile.
So we were talking about immigration. What did you have to say about that?
No, I think that uncontrolled immigration it only helps the capitalists. I'm like a hard right guy, right? But I think that the way things are right now, especially with the neoliberal economic policies going on, they just benefit rich people, and it fucks the working man and it fucks the poor people. And it creates income inequality that I think is despicable, and wealth disparity that is unsustainable in the long term. And I think that the whole immigration policy is geared up to help the rentiers, the people with money. Look at Silicon Valley. Look at how they push for H-1B visas so that they can import more cheap engineers and keep the price of engineers down. Look at every pay level in the economy, how different sectors are egging on for more and more immigration just to keep wage costs down. I mean, the neoliberal fuckers, they exported the entire industrial base of the West to cheap labor markets like China, Southeast Asia and East Asia and South Asia. And what happened to the workers in the democracies of the West? What happened to the industries of the democracies of the West? Well, they're completely hollow or they're completely gone. And the working people in the West are turning to drugs and opioids. The opioid epidemic is something that nobody talks about. Everybody's too polite to talk about because they're fucking pussies. But, it's a disaster for the economies of the West. And nobody's doing anything about it. And everybody's just going along with this neoliberal economic bullshit.
I don't even watch.
Which is really just a form of, kleptocracy of the oligarchs, really. Just stealing from the people and frittering away the everything that the democracies of the West spent so much time building up. It takes a long time to build the capital that we currently enjoy, and it's just being frittered away. It drives me up the wall. I can go on if you guys would want, but I think you guys would prefer to turn to something else, maybe.
Oh, real quick.
I mean, it just drives me.
Destiny said that he had to dip out in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the same boat too. I should probably get going because it's about dinner time for me.
It's so cool. I want to say something to you, and I want you to understand. I'm talking to you.
Wait, which one?
This is us talking. Just pretend there's nobody else here but me and you, Steve.
Oh, okay. Me and you. All right, Tonka. Listen, I'm so excited for this.
I'm not listening.
Go ahead. Hit me up with what you got to say, dude. Go ahead.
Shut up.
All right. I love you guys. It's been fun.